Hey guys, let's talk about last night's episode of Revenge, and it was good. Emily is come out of her coma. She knows what's going on. She's still pretending, though, that she didn't know that Daniel was the one who shot her until the very end of the episode, where you can tell that she's starting to go back on her plan of revenge because after she woke up and after she had all these memories flooding back, she decided she was kind of over this thing and she was ready to be done with it. And of course, Nolan didn't want to hear that. But, Emily had pretty much made up her mind. And even Takeda's daughter, who we found out was the orderly who's been taking care of Emily, wasn't trying to hear that because all the years that her father had been talking about Emily and how brave and how strong and all this and that about Emily, to see her give up and quit, she was like, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. So at the end, she decides to confess and frame Lydia for being the one who shot her and giving Daniel a pass. And at the very end of the episode, she actually comes clean to Daniel and Victoria and says, my memories are back and I know that Daniel, you were the one who shot me. And she's like, but I forgive you because, I want to make our marriage work. And obviously, she's twisting her mustache and coming up with another brilliant plan to take down the Graysons. So, at the end of the day, is the plan going to work? Who knows? But it's good to see her back in the game and ready for war. Meanwhile, we had Patrick, who was trying to prove to Mommy Dearest that he could trust her. And in last week's episode, he had told her mom about the infinity box that Nolan had stashed in his safe, which was hidden behind a painting. And of course, Nolan knew that Patrick was up to no good and was trying to liquor him up. And that plan kind of was a wash because I'm pretty sure Emily had warned Nolan beforehand, and just like as you're watching the scene play out, that he was going to try to steal this infinity box. And of course, Nolan had made the switch and planted some other ridiculous stuff in the box to make it look like she wasn't as rich as she said she was, that she had, run a couple scams back in the day, when it all had to do with money instead of it actually having to do with her father, David Clark. So, that plan kind of worked, of course, in Emily's favor. And now Nolan has a plan up his sleeve for Patrick, which should be interesting to see. Other stuff that was going on, of course, we had Jack, who was running around, trying to do everything to protect Emily, punching Daniel in the face because, of course, he knows that Daniel's the one who shot her, and trying to throw Margot off the scent so that he could kind of protect Margot as well. But that kind of blew up in his face because Emily ended up saying that Lydia was the one who shot her and, of course, didn't warn Jack. And so Jack looked like an idiot who tried to derail Margot from telling the truth in her magazine. So all in all, another decent episode of Revenge. Of course, Victoria's off huffing and puffing somewhere in a corner, obviously always trying to one-up Emily. And of course, the truth really is that she doesn't know who Emily really is, which is she is Amanda Clark. And once that piece of information finally comes to light, that is when the show is going to get very interesting. Like I mentioned, Takeda's daughter earlier, she and Aiden, of course, know each other from before. And of course, Aiden is the one who killed her father. And she doesn't know that. So I guess she has been lusting after Aiden all this time. And she once again goes after him in this episode, and he is very quiet on the facts that he is the one who actually killed her father. So when that comes to light, that should be very interesting as well, because obviously her being Takeda's daughter means that she's probably a really good fighter, and there will be an interesting showdown that goes down between the two of them. So all in all, another decent episode of Revenge, and can't wait to see what happens when it comes back next week. All right, guys, let me know what you thought, and until then, I'll see you next week. Bye.